Good day, folks. Welcome to Just Omer. My name is Omer C. Ahern Jr., and I'm coming to you as the Grafton County Commissioner for District 3 here in Grafton County, New Hampshire. And I am one of 3 county commissioners. I serve the towns in the southeastern part of the county, up from Campton and Grafton and Dorchester and Canaan down to Bristol, Alexandria, southern part of the county, and including, of course, the towns of Plymouth, Hebron, and Holderness. And I'm from the town of Wentworth, and I'm very pleased to be able to provide these reports to you on a regular basis. So I want to again thank the folks from PBTV here in Plymouth for arranging this opportunity. I serve with 2 other county commissioners. I serve with Commissioner Wendy Piper, who is the chairperson of the Board of Commissioners, and she serves the towns of Hanover, Lebanon, and Enfield. And we also serve with Commissioner Linda Lauer. She is from District 2, and District 2 includes the towns on the western and northern part of Grafton County. We are responsible for the operations, the running of the Grafton County services, Grafton County Home. We have a 130-bed elder care nursing home up in North Haverhill. We're also responsible for the County Department of Corrections, which is a house of correction, and the county jail. And we also are responsible for the operation of the county farm, Grafton County Farm, where we have quite an impressive dairy operation, and we also grow vegetables, and we have pigs, and we have chickens. And through the Farm Doc program, FARM DOC, that the commissioners approved to implement back in February of this year, 2021. It is the hope of the and plan of the county commissioners to have the county farm do more in feeding into the House of Correction and the county jail, and as possible into the county nursing home, as was originally envisioned when the counties were first set up back in the 1870s here in New Hampshire. So county has about 840 employees in the nursing home, Department of Corrections, Maintenance Department, the farm, and county administration. And we, the commissioners, we meet once a week, normally on a Tuesday morning, and we meet with various department heads, and we also meet monthly with the county elected officials. We meet with Kelly Monahan, who is the Register of Deeds, a very, very important department, office here in Grafton County. The Register of Deeds is the only department in Grafton County that makes more money. It has a positive revenue stream to help meet the financial needs of the county, unlike all the other departments. So we thank Register Monahan for her good services there, and her staff. She has an outstanding staff up there in North Haverhill at the County Registry of Deeds. We also have the county nursing home, we have the county sheriff, High Sheriff Constitutional Office, Sheriff Jeff Stiegler, and he reports to us once a month. And there is a county treasurer, and there is also a county attorney. County attorney is Marcy Hornick, and she has a pretty large staff of attorneys, assistant county attorneys, and support staff up there in North Haverhill. Plus, they have some satellite offices in Lebanon and in Plymouth, and I believe up in Littleton. but most of their staff, when they're in, are in the North Haverhill office. But when I say when they're in, the last year and a half, because of the COVID lockdown, a lot of them have been working from home, virtually from home. So again, the county commissioners meet on a regular basis, once a week, on a Tuesday morning, and our meetings are at 9 o'clock. Now, one of the things that I really want to share with you and let you folks know is that all of our county commissioner meetings are available virtually, simultaneously online through Zoom. And if you go to the Grafton County, New Hampshire website and go to the county commissioner pages, you will find the Zoom link for the county commissioner meetings. So today is Friday, and on Tuesday of this week, August 17th, the commissioners met with our finance director, Julie Libby, who is the new finance director. That's a new position in our Grafton County government. I was not personally at the meeting. I took advantage of the Zoom capabilities that we have due to some transportation issues that I am presently experiencing. My car doesn't work, so I'm in the process of looking for another motor vehicle so that I can get around. The others present at the meeting was Register Kelly Monahan, the Assistant Maintenance Superintendent, Mr. Colbath, County Forester, Jim Frome was there, and Sherry Birch from the New Hampshire Timberland Owners Association. And Jim, the County Forester, was there to make a presentation. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. Again, the minutes say that Commissioner Ahern participated electronically according to New Hampshire RSA 91-A:2. And as a result, all of the votes of the commissioners at this meeting had to be taken by a roll call. Name of the commissioner and what the vote was. So Register Monahan gave her report, and her report is a written report. She talks about how many foreclosures have been going on all year in Grafton County, what the number of deeds that have been recorded, and the amount of revenue that has come into the county. And one of the issues that our Register of Deeds has to contend with is making sure that all of those recorded documents, whether it's a deed or a mortgage or whatever, easement over a piece of property, all those deeds over the years, they must be kept in a manner that they can always be looked at. So that is one of the struggles that all the Register of Deeds throughout the country are having. So we thank, again, I want to thank Register Monahan and her team at the Registry of Deeds for their good work. Then we had the presentation by the Assistant Maintenance Superintendent, Colbeth, C-O-L-B-E-T-H. Ordinarily, the Superintendent of Maintenance, Jim Oakes, makes the presentation, but Superintendent Oakes was not able to make the meeting that day. He had other duties on the complex. So the big issue that, in addition to the report that was attached, and the Maintenance Department report is quite detailed. Talks about what they're doing at the county courthouse for maintenance, and what they do at the Department of Corrections, what they do in the farm buildings, and what they do in the administration building. Plus, the Maintenance Department is also responsible for our water supply coming from Woodsville Water and Light, and making sure that all those things are functioning properly for all the people that we need to serve up there at the county complex. So the big issue was to excuse me, from the Department of Maintenance Department was the purchase of some air filters. We needed some non-standard air filters and some regular standard air filters. And because the potential price might have been over $5,000, the county commissioners needed to be involved in voting on those things. And so the commissioners voted to approve the purchase of some non-standard air filters from Airex, A-I-R-E-X, and standard air filters from the Airex as well, A-I-R-E-X. I had a question of the maintenance department assistant supervisor about whether or not we were having any unusual amount of air filter filling up, clogging, and because of the recent wildfires that had been experienced out in Western Canada and in our Western United States. And Mr. Colbeth reported that they didn't see anything unusual in the filtration systems throughout the county complex. We, county commissioners, then met with the county forester, Jim Frohn, F-R-O-H-N. Jim does a great job. If you are a landowner or a forest landowner in Grafton County and you want to meet and get some ideas about what you can do with your forestry land, different options, you can make arrangements and meet with the county forester, Jim Frohn. It's just a matter of calling the UNH Cooperative Extension Office up in North Haverhill, and they can make arrangements. Jim can make arrangements to come to your tree farm, to your woodlot, and talk with you about any questions that you have. He cannot do a forest inventory for you. He cannot do a timber cut for you. He cannot service your chainsaws for you, but he can talk about what the best way or some ways to manage your forest, whether you want to manage it for wildlife purposes, whether you want to manage it for recreational purposes, whether you want to manage it for certain species, hardwoods or softwoods. Jim is very, very good about being able to talk with you about those things. So the reason why Jim and the young lady Sherry from Cooperative Extension, Sherry Birch, B-I-R-C-H, from the New Hampshire Timberland Owners Association, they wanted to talk about and get permission from the commissioners to conduct a homeowners safety program at the county complex, taking advantage of our 750 acres of woodlands that we have at the county complex. The county does have a forestry management plan where we discuss the type of species that we have, what species are growing best on our county property up there in North Haverhill, right on the right near the Connecticut River, and when we should have a timber cut and what species might be available. And so, as a result of that timber management plan, forestry management plan, the commissioners were able to put into their county budget this year funding or an income source for a timber cut, which will be taking place over this upcoming winter. But Jim and Sherry wanted to talk with us again about doing a safety program at the county complex, working with homeowners. They could only work, I think, with 8 or 10 because of the importance of having the instructor have some very good, close, hands-on, excuse me, hands-on instructions with the homeowners. And so we thought it was a great idea, and so we definitely gave approval to Jim, the county forester, in conjunction with the New Hampshire Timberland Owners Association, to do the chainsaw safety training course, again, over a 2-day period. First day will be how to operate a chainsaw safely and properly using personal protective equipment, PPE. That is eyes, glasses, ears, hearing protection, a helmet, and proper safety gear, leggings, and steel-toed boots, and of course appropriate gloves to just in case something should go amiss when you're using the chainsaw. And then the second day will be out at the woodlot that the county has, the 750-acre woodlot, identifying which trees should be cut. You know, if you've got a tree that's leaning in an unsafe manner, excuse me, they would, Jim and Sherry would be able to help identify to you, whether that's a type of tree that should be taken out. But maybe you, the homeowner, where you're not a trained woods person, should not be the one to take it. But at least you can identify when you've got issues. So again, we approved using the one of the farm shop buildings to do the chainsaw safety training, part of which is how to maintain your chainsaw, how to take your chain off, how to oil it, and things like that. Then Jim Frong also then gave his county forestry report and talked about the types of materials, the type of trees that looks like will be taken down in the woodcut coming up this winter. He said there's a lot of low-grade trees that could come down that could probably be chipped. Excuse me. And that's when I chipped in and asked the county forester about the possibility of using some of those chips to feed into our existing biomass plant here in biomass heating plant that we have up in the county complex. And we don't have a real reliable source from our own woodland, so that's why we have to go out and buy chips out in the open market. But we're certainly saving a lot of money with our biomass plant using wood chips than we were before, just relying on buying oil and propane to heat our buildings, the county courthouse, the Department of Corrections, the administration building, the county farm buildings, using the fossil fuel. So Jim is going to look into that possibility to make sure that we're not going to be violating any of our contracts that we might have with our chip providers. Another item on the agenda was we are looking for a payroll coordinator. Our longtime outstanding payroll coordinator is retiring. I'm not sure what the word retire means, but Leslie Lackey has done a tremendous job for the county in her position. So we're going to miss Leslie. And you have to forgive me, my throat is very dry, so I've got these coughs right now. Excuse me. So evidently yesterday the administration and human resources manager interviewed 5 candidates for that position yesterday. Then the finance director, Libby, provided a proposal from Comerford, Nieder, Perkins to do the Livermore revaluation proposal. And the Livermore area up there in northern Grafton County and Cowas County has like 3 or 4, maybe 5 people that actually live there and own some land there. The rest of that land is in the White Mountain National Forest. So Grafton County has taken on the responsibility of collecting rents and the roads that go through there, making sure that those part of the roads that can be monitored by the Grafton County Sheriff's Department are done so. And so we approved this assessment firm to come in and do the assessments on the properties that are there. The other thing that we discussed a little bit, or at least Commissioner Ahern discussed a little bit, was during Jim Frone, the county forester's report, talking about what can be done in other ways to optimize the resources that we can get out of the county forest lands. And Commissioner Ahern talked about the possibility, the very real possibility, of introducing red deer farming up to Grafton County. There is a demand, a great demand for venison out in the public market, and there's also a need for the antlers from the red deer, for dog chews, and for other types of things. The Asian market is interested in the antlers from our red deer, and also the hides of the red deer are also of some value. But Jim Frone is going to look into the possibility of bringing red deer as another type of resource for the folks at Grafton County. And the important thing for the farm dock program is that the venison can be fed into the House of Correction and the nursing home, and there are different and more simple rules and regulations with regard to the processing of red deer than there is to the processing of beef from our dairy cattle. So that's something that's come out of that in a good way. So what are the big issues that are coming up now for Grafton County? Well, I'll be talking with you in the next month or so, couple of months, about the need to properly handle the situation with the county courthouse building. That building has been around since the 1970s, early 1970s. The present existing county courthouse is showing its age. A lot of the windows are not properly weather sealed the way they should be. There are challenges with the elevator, finding parts, 50-year-old parts for the elevator. So we have to make, and of course the ventilation system, especially since COVID hit. So the commissioners have to make some decisions on how best to handle the courthouse situation and make a proposal to the county delegation, which ultimately makes the decisions on major spending at the county. And the delegation, are the ultimate decision makers on what the county budget is. And just to let you, follow up, the county delegation is made up of the state representatives that are elected from all the communities in Grafton County. So they are the final decision makers on the budget. They serve, of course, down in Concord in the state legislature, passing legislation. But then they have a second hat when they come to Grafton County and serve on the county delegation and make decisions. Excuse me. The other big issue that we're continuing to work with is the implementation of farm dock. Right now we're looking into the possibility of processing a portion of our milk that we produce on the Grafton County Dairy Farm. We do have a contract with Agrimark, and I believe last year we had income of about $350,000 to the county from our contract with Agrimark to sell them our raw milk. But we're looking at a dairy box processing trailer, a box trailer, to process the milk that we can then not only process milk and make milk, but yogurt, butter, cream, and cheese, which can all be fed into the House of Correction and into the nursing home. So we're looking at bringing Farm Doc along. Again, that's where the Red Deer project is involved, talking about bringing in planting and growing Christmas trees. One of the things with the Christmas trees that we can do is the Christmas tree brush can be used to make wreaths and sell wreaths out of the county. Again, one of the main principles of the Farm Doc program is that the county, will not be competing with any local agricultural producers in Grafton County. So I happen to be a tree farmer, and my woodlot is in Plymouth, and I have Christmas trees growing on my woodlot, but I don't see any challenge with growing Christmas trees up at the county complex. Any Christmas trees, though, that we sell, I envision any county Christmas trees being sold out of state, not in state, not local, because I don't want to compete with our local tree farmers here in Grafton County. So those are the two big issues that we're working on. Farm Doc to feed the residents, inmates in the House of Correction and the jail, and as much as we can into the nursing home, meeting the myriad of federal and state rules and regulations on food safety. So I'm going to call it quits at this point, and I want to thank, again, I want to thank the folks here at PBTV for hosting me as a county commissioner to do these periodic county commissioner updates. We're getting ready to come into the fall season up at Grafton County, so our potatoes and winter squash will be coming online. We'll be talking about that probably in another couple, 3 weeks. And I just want to thank Commissioner Piper from District 1, Commissioner Lauer from District 2 for their hard work on the Board of Commissioners. And thank all of our department heads, Craig Labor, who is the nursing home administrator, Jim Oakes, the maintenance supervisor, Andrew Dorset, who is our new county administrator, of course, Julie Libby, our finance administrator. I want to thank all of these folks for all of their good work and service on behalf of all the people of Grafton County. And one thing before I don't want to forget this again, and probably I've already mentioned it, but because of the hard work of the Board of Commissioners, you're going to find on your tax bill this fall that you're going to see no increase in the county tax rate. Your county taxes will not be going up this year because of the hard work of the county commissioners and the approvals from the county delegation. So I thank you for your time. Thank you for tuning in. These are some challenging times for our country and our state. So I say, God bless America. God bless the great state of New Hampshire. And thank you. Again, thank you, PBTV. Take care.